everybody, my name is Sully and welcome back to another Aquilan Palace video. Today's guide was made by me and Zach. There is no document to this guide because I decided to make this in video form instead of document form. In today's guide I will show you guys the best wands in the game. This video will be separated into different sections with different wands. Code wands, damage/crit wands, wands with outgoing or incoming healing, PvP wands, rare wands, stitch wands, and miscellaneous wands. Be sure to join the Aquilan Palace Discords if you haven't yet, and let's get into it. We're actually going to be starting with the miscellaneous wands today because I don't have that many miscellaneous wands. Green Warden's Brilliant Staff is one of the best staffs for level 60 players who are going for a high crit block build. There are staffs that give you a hefty amount of energy like the Alpine Hunter Axe, Light Elf Sword and Shield, and the Revered Staffs. These staffs are actually tough to get because you get most of them from packs, and some of them are seasonal packs that you can only get at certain times of the year. And the Revered Staffs you have to actually craft, which are really annoying to craft. Trust me, dude. Quickly, we're gonna go through the code wand staffs, which I don't even know why they call them code wands because you can literally fish them up in Zafaria. Now, these wands are pretty rare to fish up actually, and you can get some of these wands from codes from the Wizard101 website. Occasionally, we actually give away some of these wand codes in the Aquilan Palace Wizard101 Discord server. We have the Amaranthine Staff, the Blue Raptor, the Dragon Claw, the Fog Staff, the Galvanic Hammer, Golden Beak, Imperator, the Coherent Staff, the Umbra Blade, Viridian Scepter, and the Warpwood Wand. These are all pretty cool staffs and they can make some pretty cool stitches. If you manage to have all of these wands, well, you're pretty cool. The Sinbad Horde pack drops some of the best damage and crit wands in the entire game. It drops 3 different types of wands: the Myth and Fire variant, the Storm and Ice variant, or the Universal variant. Next, we have the Skull wands from the Road Warriors pack. These wands are not the best wands in the game, but they look pretty cool. The Death Metal Skull, the Road Legend Skull, and the Rapture Rider's Skull. If these skulls don't make you feel as cool as Nicolas Cage, then bro, there's something wrong with you. The Headmaster wands from the Professor's Horde pack are some of the best wands to use as you progress through the game every 10 levels. This is the level 10 Fire Wand, and it already gives you 8 damage. These wands come in all classes and go all the way up to level 120. The stats on the wands increase every 10 levels, meaning if you have every single wand, level 10, 20, 30, 40, every 10 levels you can switch to a significantly better wand. The Poison Apple is an incredibly cool looking wand from the Fantastic Fairy Tale bundle. It's not the best one when it comes to damage, but it gives you an equal amount of crit and crit block. At the max level, it also gives you 2 square sockets. It also has a main cast spell on it called Sleeping Toxin, which is basically the death spell Plague. The Sword of Kings is not the best wand for level 70, but if you're one of those players that have not wasted a single dollar on crowns in the game, this will probably be one of the best staffs you get at this level. You'll also only ever have one Sword of Kings for your character. You can't trade them between characters, you can't sell them, and you can't buy them, so if you trash this item, it's gone for good. Now we're going to move on to the Candavasi staffs for defeating Malistaire, the Undying, and Darkmoor. Like the Sword of Kings, if you're just one of those players that haven't spent a single dollar on crowns, this is going to be one of the best staffs you get at this level, and you're not going to replace it for a while. The most popular and overused one in the entire game, the Skyrim Hosta, that you can get at level 30 from defeating Ares and Mount Olympus, gives you a flat 10 universal damage. People will use this wand until they finally get something better than it. So if they don't get anything better than the Skyrim Hosta until they're max level, you can legitimately use this wand for the entire game. The Terror's Horde pack drops 3 pretty cool wands: the Eye of the Soothsayer, the Fortune Teller's Eternal Gaze, and the Fortune Teller's Peerless Eye. The Eye of the Soothsayer is the spiritual build of the eye, and the Fortune Teller's Eternal Gaze is the elemental build of the eye. The Fortune Teller's Peerless Eye is the universal variant. The All Souls Cranium wand has this Dia de los Muertos type style to it. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm sorry if I botched that. These staffs come from the Gloomthorn Nightmare pack, which actually drops 6 different types of staffs, which are all amazing. Because with the All Souls wands, which are the All Souls Calavera wand, the All Souls Skull Scepter, and the All Souls Cranium wand, each wand gives different stats, as you can see. It also comes with these beautiful, beautiful wands. I think these are actually my favorite looking wands wands in the entire game: the Blood Moon Staff, the Blue Moon Staff, and the Hunter's Moon Staff. The Immortals lore pack drops some pretty incredible Aquilan lances, and the Nimbari horde pack drops some pretty cool scimitars with great stats, and they look cool. And some honorable mentions before we move on to the second best set of weapons in the entire game: the Gungnir staffs from the Grizzleheim lore pack, the Relic wands from the Alfoy horde pack, and the Pandemonium GNs from the Pandemonium horde pack. Finally, we have the fossil weapons from the Primeval horde pack. Not only are these weapons insanely good in their stats, but they also have a set bonus. So if you're wearing the Fossil Avengers set, which is the fire set, if you have the Fossil Avengers Skull Crusher wand and, say, the fire pet, which is the Frillisar, this will give you an extra 3 fire damage and 5 universal damage, which this just leads this to be insanely overpowered, because if you make a quintuple damage pet with a Frillisar, which still gives you the set bonus for the Fossil Avenger set, and the wand itself gives you 24 damage, and your pet has quintuple damage, which would be about, let's just say about 27. That'll leave you with 51 damage, plus the set bonus, which is 8, so that'll leave you at 59 damage, all because of your wand and your pet. That's crazy, dude. You can also do the same tactic with the other 2 sets, the Fossil Hunter set, which is the Ice and Myth set, or the Fossil Warrior set, which is the Storm and Life set. It's crazy that you can go ahead and get your damage from 0 to 60 like a Nissan GTR just by a pet and a wand. Now we're going to be moving to the stats with incoming and outgoing healing. The Mandolin of Evermore gives you a 10% incoming healing boost and a 14% outgoing healing boost. The Spear of Mantis Veracity gives you a 10% outgoing healing boost. The Peppergrass Blade, which can easily be bought in the bazaar, gives you a 7% outgoing healing boost. The Staff of Long Winter gives you a 16% incoming healing boost, and the Winter's Radiant Staff gives you a 16% outgoing healing boost. If you're planning on building a Jade character with high resist and great outgoing healing, make sure you pick a good wand for it. PvP staffs are not the easiest things to get because they get extremely expensive as levels go up. If you're planning on doing level 5 PvP, the best staff to have would be the Ascendant staff because it makes you start with an extra pip. But if you're any levels above 5, you might want to get the Duelist Dancing Blades, which are perfect for PvP. As you get further in PvP, you're going to want to upgrade to the Staff of Flashing Blades, which looks pretty cool and gives you some really decent stats. The Order of High Glory banner was put on this list because of the 5% incoming healing and the fact that it gives you mana burn. Mana burn is pretty useful in 1v1s because you can destroy your opponent's pips and make them deal damage because of it. There are only about 4 wands that I personally know of that are pretty rare in this game, and if I miss one, please say so in the comments because that'll be great. Starting off, we have the Valor Sword, which was a Veterans Day item back in 2009 that you could only get if you had a member of your family serving in the US Army. The Artist Armaments and the Mightier Quill wand came from the 10th anniversary of Wizard101. Now, a lot of people in Wizard actually have these wands because they were released during a KI Live and they were available for quite a while, but as years go on and new players come into Wiz, a lot less people will have these wands, if you know what I mean. As I am a great wand collector, I sadly did not get these wands. But a cool thing about these wands is that they are auctionable, meaning you can sell them in the bazaar. Pretty crazy. Now, probably the rarest one in the entire game is the Night Knight banner. This was released back mid-November in 2018. King's Isle was hosting a Crowns Reward weekend event. The more crowns you spent on the game, the more surprises you would get, including this entire set right here. It was estimated that you had to spend about $700 US in order to get the full set. So if you see somebody in the game that has this, they're probably rich. And finally, we're gonna get to the Stitch wands. The Red Wind's Viridian Blade, the Shock Blade of the Hoarder, Soul Singer's Soul Sword, the Long Blade of the Homunculus, and Avalanche's Legendary Cutlass are all wands you can get from bosses in the Drake Hatchery and Dragonspire. Back in 2010, when Malistaire was the final boss of the game in Dragonspire, people would love farming for these wands because of their glowing effects. The Drake Hatchery would always be filled with people farming for the same wands, but nowadays, these wands are completely overlooked. Dark Wraith's compelling scythe brings a great blue stinging look to it. The Trident of Typhoons brings the feeling of thunder and lightning with those beautiful effects. The Staff of Flashing Blades is a beautiful PvP only staff with 2 dueling blades swirling around at the top of it, and the Commemoration Staff from the Decaversary Horde Pack holds the entire spiral. The Pandemonium Geans from the Pandemonium Horde Pack look fantastic, and the Biting Cold Broadsword, which also goes by several other names, gives that beautiful Egyptian style shine. The Heart of Darkness, the Heart of Ember, the Lost Horizon, and the Dawn of the Reaping Season staffs are all crafted from Azalea the Armsmaster and the Sardonyx and Chrysalis. Karak's Legendary Frost Tome is crafted from Ignis Ferric and the Arcanum. The Tundarian Hailstone Staff can be bought for 6,000 crowns in the crown shop, and it looks fantastic with the swirling jewels at the top of it. Beautiful mandolin gives you that ukulele chime, and it's gotten from the Horde of the Hydra pack or Yuletide pack. The Moon Staffs from the Gloomthorn Nightmare pack will make somebody go insane if they see them and they don't even know they exist because they just look so cool. I swear the first time I saw that I was just like, Finally, we're to the flutes, where they are really tough to get. Occasionally, King's Isle puts them in the crown shop, and you can fish these up in the Nomad's camp. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't yet, join the Aquilan Palace Discords in the description. Check out our Reddit, our Twitter, and our Instagram. And Aquilan out.